All right, this video is for lesson 1.2. We're going to start out with a calculator tip. So when we're simplifying like terms, if it's multiple choice, we can do this in the calculator, okay? So just like what we did yesterday, you've got to start fresh with this today as well. So if there's something on your calculator screen, you need to red X and start fresh. All right, so if you'll notice in these, we have more than one letter now. So we have Y's and we have X's. So the way, it does not matter what numbers you choose, okay? One thing I went to a couple summers ago, so just always train them that birth month. So like I was born in November. So my X would always be 11, and then my birthday is the 30th, so Y would always be 30. So you always have a set. I told the kids last year, make them easy. So don't use ones, don't use zeros. That's the big thing. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my X equal 2, and I'm going to make my Y equal 3. And you do want them to be different amounts. Just don't use 0 and 1. So I'm going to do 2, control var X. That's my X value. And then I'm going to do 3, control var Y, and press enter. Okay, so if it's multiple choice, here's what you do. You take the expression that they give you and you type it in exactly like they have it. So 2y squared minus 5x plus 8y, parentheses and everything. And then minus 6x minus 5y minus 7y squared. And then I can take that and I can set it equal. So the equal key is right here below control. I can set it equal to my first answer choice. 9y squared minus 11x plus 9y. Y. When I hit enter, it says false. That means those two things aren't equal. That means A is not my right answer choice. A is not the simplified version of the question they gave me. Find a good pen to use here. Oh, my pens went. So we know it can't be A. Now I could type all that in again. Or I could press the up arrow key here. And so now false is highlighted. I can press it up again and highlight the problem. And I can just hit delete till I get to that equal sign. So I don't have to type all of that in again. Ugh, come on. And now I can type answer choice B in. 9y squared minus 11x plus 13y. Hit enter and it says true. So if they match and they're the same, it says true. If they don't match, it says false, and that's not a right answer. Again, this only works on multiple choice. We will have a day this week where we do multiple choice ones where you can use this skill. Okay, so this is our assignment, and if we're doing this by hand, we match our pieces up, okay? So my first piece, and I look at the letter. I always look at the letter and the exponent. So my first one just has a letter X. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to box all of my X's, including the sign that's in front of them. So see how I box that plus? And then all I have to do is take the numbers and add them together. -6 plus 3. I'm not worried about the X's right now. And I get a -3. So I've got a -3, and then I just keep the letter. You can use highlighters, you can use different colors, you use whatever works best for you. So next I'm going to go on to Y's. So I've got -4y and +12y. So again, all I'm doing is I'm looking at the numbers, -4 and +12. So I can do -4 plus 12 gives me an 8. So plus 8y. And then finally, so I usually do squares, circles, and then I underline the ones that are just numbers. I've got positive 2 and negative 6, so I can do this two ways. I can do 2 minus 6, or I can do 2 plus a negative 6. It's the same thing, okay? Comes out to, nope. Yep. And so I got negative 3x plus 8y minus 4. And I can use this answer bank, and I can find it. And if you will do me a favor, that letter, if you'll write that letter, and I don't care where you write it, as long as if you're going to write it at the end of the box, write them all at the end of the box. If you're going to write them at the front of the box, write them all at the front of the box. All you need is the letter. If you've got the letter, you're good. Okay?
So we literally just have to write the letter?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so the next one here, I've got negative 15x and I've got positive 16x. So I've got a negative 15 and a positive 16. Negative 15, woo, plus 16 gives me a positive 1. So I've got 1x. Then I look at my y's, negative 3y, positive 4y. So negative 3 plus 4 gives me a positive 1y, and that's how you tell what sign you're going to use. When you add those coefficients together, if it's positive, it's plus. If it's negative, it's minus. Now, in algebra, we do not write 1x plus 1y. If there is a 1 in front of the letter, it disappears, and we do just x plus y. And so that one is K. All right, number 3. We've got a negative 6x, so I find my other x's, positive 3x. So I do negative 6 plus 3, and I get negative 3x. And then I've got a negative 4y and a negative 12y. Okay, the ants are like on a rampage today. So negative 4, again, I can do negative 4 plus negative 12. That's just the way my brain works, is because we are combining, and combine is addition. But you could do just negative 4 minus 12. The math is the same. So, and it's negative, so negative 16y. And then my values, my constants, are positive 6 and negative, or positive 2 plus negative 6. And I get negative 4. So negative 3x minus 16y minus 4. Yep. So C. Sorry, you can't see those. And then from here, I'm going to jump all the way down to the bottom. Okay. So at the very bottom, I'm going to go to number 10. So if you look, now I've got things with this squared. So an x and an x squared are not the same. The letter has to match and the exponent has to match. And I always start with the highest exponent. So the highest exponent is that x squared. So I'm going to find all of the x squareds. And this happens sometimes. I've got a positive 2 and a negative 2. So if I do 2 plus negative 2, I get 0, which means these two factors cancel each other out. I don't even write them down again. Like, they are gone. Even the x squared is gone. So I don't have to worry there. So now I'm going to go back to find an x's. So I've only got one x term, and it's that negative 3x. And so I just write it down. If there's nothing to combine, just write it down. And now I'm looking for y's. I got a positive 5 and a negative 3. So 5 plus negative 3 is a positive 2, and then the y. And then I've got a single constant right here, plus 10. So negative 3x plus 2y plus 10 is j. So it'll be this one right here, sorry. J on number 10. Alright, a couple more, but we're getting close to the end of class, so you may have some stuff to do tonight. Alright, so now we got x squareds again, so I want to start with those, the x squared. So I got 4x squared and negative 3x squared. So 4 plus negative 3 is a 1, but remember, we don't write 1x squared. If you need to and then go back and erase that 1, go for it. But you'll get in the habit that you'll see that and you'll just kind of automatically put just the x squared. Alright, now I've got a plain old x here. So I'm just going to box that one in red. So it's a different shape and a different color. And that's the only x. So plus 2x. And then, here's my y's. Oop, I was doing those in red, sorry. Try to stay consistent here. So I got a positive 9 and a negative 5. So 9 plus negative 5 is a positive 4. And then my constants, negative 5 and a negative 3. Negative 5 plus negative 3 is negative 8. So I'm looking for x squared plus 2x plus 4y minus 8. That is a g. And then last one here. So anytime I see exponents, that's always where I go first. So I've only got 1x squared here, so I'm just going to write it down. So I've got 3x squared, and then I've only got 1x, so plus 3x. Now y's, I've got a positive 7y, a negative 2y, and a negative y. So again, in front of that y, there's an invisible 1. So when you add up your coefficients, you're going to do 7 plus a negative 2 plus a negative 1. Don't forget that one. And I get a positive 4y. And then I've got a single constant of 2. And so that one matches up with F. And so this would be F.